Now we come to one of the most hidden parts of European history, and that is that Europe's most famous cathedrals were financed by the Knights Templar. These giant Gothic buildings are not dedicated to Christ, but they are in fact celebrating the monstrous misfit demons of Sheol. These cathedrals of the Templars are masquerading as Christian churches, but in reality are covered in tens of thousands of carvings of demonic entities. They're known as gargoyles, and these disgusting statues exist on the exterior and the interior of many of the Knights Templar churches. And in most of these Templar cathedrals, there is hardly a single image of Jesus to be found. In fact, at Amiens Cathedral in northern France, an inverted pentagram has been incorporated into the stained glass window. These macabre, mocking and disgusting demonic entities were summoned in Judeo-Babylonian rituals by rabbis employed by Hugh de Champagne, who founded the Knights Templar. A pact was done between rabbis in the south of France and the Knights Templar. Jerusalem would be captured from the Muslims by the Templar Crusaders, and in return, the knights and the kings and popes who supported them would be trained in how to summon the demons of hell. Now, these teachings became known as the Holy Grail, and are in fact based on ancient Jewish Kabbalistic magical techniques of spirit communication. Now, each of these sick demons of Sheol has a name and a symbol associated with its name, and these symbols are called sigils. The term sigil comes from the Hebrew word segula, meaning a commanding talisman offering protection. Now, that protection is for the magician who stands inside the magic circle and commands spirits from Sheol to appear in a triangular marqueed area called the Triangle of Art. Jewish magicians use these sigil symbols like a telephone operator uses a switchboard to connect with a particular spirit or angel or demon. The sigils are names of spiritual entities, and these entities dwell in the Sheol hell world. They are very ancient and are described in the Kabbalah as abominations of creation. The Jews call them the Killapoth. They are summoned using psychic techniques taught orally and based on the teachings of the Torah. Just like Dr. Frankenstein made a person by stitching together bits of other people, the demons in Sheol are also made from composite pieces thrown off during the trial and error process which formed the physical universe and the spirit world. Each of these macabre misfit spirits has a name expressed as a sigil or symbol. Now, the Jewish Sanhedrin Council of Rabbi Magicians say in the Torah that any non-Jewish person who learns the secret of the sigils should be killed. Just imagine a family so wealthy that they had built the world's largest buildings and had more than 100,000 slaves. Just imagine a family who had the world's biggest stock of gold and who had an army of goldsmiths making the world's most exquisite artifacts. Just imagine a family with several armies who conquered Palestine, Israel, Lebanon, and Syria. Just imagine a family who became the kings and queens of a vast empire. The richest empire the world has ever seen. Just imagine this family of pharaohs spending hundreds of millions of dollars on their own tombs and their own pyramids. There are tens of thousands of books about ancient Egypt, but only one book which tells you the truth. The truth is, the pharaohs were junkies. In Paris and also at the Berlin Egyptological Collection, opium has been found in the body tissue of many kings, queens and priests of ancient Egypt. Orthodox archaeology ignored this discovery until it was discovered that opium pipes, just like those pipes used by junkies in China, were actually carved into Egypt's biggest temples. The biomedical tests on the body of King Ramesses clearly show that he was high on opium for many years of his life. But the X-rays and tests on his stomach contents go way beyond discovering just opium. Doctors who tested the mummified remains of many Egyptian kings and queens, also found hashish. The tests were repeated, and it was confirmed that hashish was eaten in ancient Egypt. The cannabinoids prove that hashish was imported from Syria. There is now a new 2018 special edition of Stone Age Psychedelia with 100 extra illustrations and diagrams and maps and a lot of extra data that's been collected in my latest expeditions around the world. And you can order from my own personal website, ChristopherEverard.com, and you get a free DVD, and it's not available on Amazon. You have to go and order it from my own website, ChristopherEverard.com. I'd like to thank all my readers around the world for making Stone Age Psychedelia a bestseller.